1 win he got was against Bisu, okay? Which means that Cop is actually a terrible person, because how could you beat somebody as handsome as Bisu? It's just not right. It's just not right. Alright, Bisu is far too handsome to lose to somebody like Cop. But, oh well.
그래요. 오늘 보여줄까요? 상대는 STX 서울의 바로 신대근 선수입니다. 네.
And it's gonna be Hiva. Alright, I know Hiva. Hiva's pretty good. He made it to the round of 8 of OSL, where, spoiler alert, he got taken down by 3-1. So thank goodness for that too, because people were saying if it ends up being like Shine versus Hiva in the finals as the last OSL, that would be so sad, and I agree. Alright, so Hiva picked some random Korean song, I think. I like the Kelly Clarkson though. Kelly Clarkson is awesome. You know, I like Kelly Clarkson almost as much as I like Bisu. Alright. Mustaju, STX is winning actually. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. What's happening? So it looks like we're on Entombed. Cop will be the red Terran at the top left. And Hiva will be the blue Zerg at the bottom left. We're in vertical spawns, as you can see. And we have the illustrious Mustaju in the chat, of course, the one and only STX fan. And I do mean the only STX fan. Anyway. Although you'd think that given the fact that Toss Girl is on STX, that they would have a pretty big fan base, but I don't know. It just doesn't work that way. So we actually see was that a 10 pool or a 9 pool? 10 pool? Something like that. I was like reading a stream chat, and suddenly I look over and there's already a spawning pool made. And it looks like he's doing the double extractor trick to get extra drones out. He's now sending out his drone scout. Meanwhile, wait a minute, I don't see a barracks in the production tab for Cop. Oh my god, is he command centering first? Oh my god, I think he's going CC first. Oh no, Cop! Cop, don't do that, the pool's already done, bro. Oh man, the pool's already finished. Cop, you done goofed. You done goofed, bro. And I gotta say, alright, hold on. This is actually a really good idea from Hiva though, because lately we've been seeing all like Command Center first, Nexus first, all these crazy builds from Broodor players in the StarCraft 2 matches. So to go for a 10 pool, I think is actually a really good idea. And the ironic thing is, this is like how Hiva made it to the round of 8 of OSL, by just 9 pooling every ZVZ. He's like, well, eventually somebody's gonna 12 hatch me and I'm gonna get a free win. And that's like exactly what happened. Oh man. Anyway, Drone Guy's gonna get out, and here come the Zerglings. He doesn't see them. He needs to build the depot right now. He needs a depot. Oh no, the Lings are in the base. He's pulling the SCVs. The barracks is not gonna finish. Now he's gonna make the depot. But oh god. Oh well, he's getting a surround on the Zerglings. He gets a surround on the Zerglings. He traps a bunch of the Zerglings. Only 3 Zerglings survive. He traps through the Zerglings. Very nice move. Some Zerglings trying to break down his wall now, but he's just not mining at all. There is 0 mining for him right now. There is 0 income. I think he should just cancel those refineries. Does he really need those refineries right now? Not really. I don't think he can at least cancel one of them, because he's got no mineral income. Oh, dude, Cop, mine minerals, man. They're pretty effective. Minerals are pretty effective at stuff. And yeah, he cancels them. And somehow he's actually alive. Wow. So he's alive, and his command center can just lift off and float into the main, and he'll at least, you know, even though he can't mine from his natural, he'll have double orbitals. in his main base until he can have enough units to move out. So wow, alright. I think that was a bit of a just miscontrol from hyvaa, getting 3 of his Zerglings surrounded by those SCVs and getting owned. That should have been a pretty easy win for him, I think. I mean, he didn't even kill the SCV that was making the command center the natural, so now he's got like a much later expansion. He's gonna kill that scouting SCV, but Cop is looking good. Looking good. He didn't lose that many SCVs. He lost a lot of mining time, but he's at 13 SCVs. Actually, he's at 13 SCVs against 16 drones, but obviously he'll be making SCVs off 2 orbitals and have those extra mules. So yeah, I think economy-wise he's fine. Although obviously that did disrupt his build quite a bit. He's gonna have to start making stuff up on the fly now. And interestingly, still actually a huge supply lead for hyvaa. He's at like 35 supply against 20 supply. Start taking down this depot, which is apparently like the most interesting thing in the world. We have to zoom in on it. Yeah, he killed the depot. Rawr. What a badass. Anyway, so what's his face? Cop. Cop is mining both his gases, but I don't see a factory yet. Oh, is that a factory? Yes, that is a factory. So possibly just going to make a reactor with that barracks and then do reactor Hellions. Although he hasn't started it yet, so maybe not. He should have started the reactor by now, I think. I thought that's why he made them next to each other. Oh no, he's gonna make the reactor. Okay. Isn't that a little bit late? I thought you have to start it a little bit before halfway on the factory, but maybe not. I'm not actually sure. When exactly do you start the reactor for it to finish at the same time as the factory? I feel like the factory is going to finish before that reactor now. But I'm not a Terran player, so I'm not sure. Anyway, he's going to start poking that Overlord. Oh, that's actually almost dead. He can actually just send 1 Marine out to go kill it. And by that I mean he can't because his Ling's out, but yeah. Yeah, apparently he's supposed to build both at about the same time. Half if you want a Hellion first. Oh, okay. I see. Man, so reactors take a pretty long time to build. Anyway. Looks like a second factory is actually in the base, so Cop is actually going to go mech here, it looks like. Or maybe just building 2 factories to troll us. And I like that bunker positioning also, just building it right at the bottom of the ramp there. So it'll protect his natural mineral line, but also if you know, if hyvaa goes for any kind of crazy attack, it'll also be able to range that wall. That's a really cool bunker positioning. I actually saw this for the first time on 4GG's stream, and it just happened that in that game also the Zerg did in fact all-in him. And so the bunker just worked perfectly, like the Lings were and the Roaches were attacking the wall, and then the bunker was just shooting everything. I was like, man, this is freaking cool. But yep. Anyway, looks like there are actually some Roaches coming out now. Speak of the devil, speak of the Roach. There's some Roaches now, but 4 Hellions are out. But those Roaches are pretty darn good against Hellions. He's gotta be a little bit careful. Oh man, he's just gonna go for the run by. There were 2 evolution chambers placed to stop Hellion run bys, and it looks like it's gonna be Temple followed by a Roach Ling all in here. He's got a lot of Roaches out. I don't know if this is necessarily all in, but no sign of a third. Actually, no, is he taking a third? Actually, no, he might actually be taking a third. So this might actually not be all in. He's just putting some pressure onto this natural. There is 1 siege tank out, but he's gotta be so careful with that. Oh man, I think he's gonna keep poking a little bit, but might have to wait for siege mode. Yeah, so there's that 3rd base there. So it's definitely not a complete all-in, but he's putting a lot of pressure on. He has made quite a few Roaches here, as well as Zerglings, and the SCVs have to keep repairing and then mining and then repairing. So he's losing mining time from that. And looks like siege mode is now finished. He's even gonna have to just lift this orbital now, taking a bit too much damage. He's probably gonna siege up next to the bunker, and then that'll help protect his siege tank. He's gotta be very, very careful though. It's a good number of Roaches. And the Lings could come in from the other side as well, and it looks like, speed is finished for them. That's a decent number of Lings. He might just run in with the Lings on the other side, hit him from both angles, and a lair is on the way as well. And here we go, he's moving into the natural here. The siege tank gets picked off immediately. 1 tank on the high ground though, with the Hellions buffering, and that bunker doing a good job as well. And it looks like Cop will hold that. losing just a single siege tank and maybe a Hellion or two, but it doesn't seem like it was the most effective attack for Hiva. I thought it would actually be a lot more effective than that. It was a good defensive position for the Terran. We do see a Spire now on the way for the Zerg. And look at this, a hidden Expo at the right side there at the 3 o'clock. I think he might float that into that inside 3 o'clock Expo and just like land mules there. Obviously he can't transfer SCVs there, but he won't really want to anyway, considering it is a hidden expansion. So that is very sneaky stuff from Cop. Oh man, just use the mules to mine the minerals from there, and then use any new SCVs made from that command center to mine the gas. Meanwhile, Blue Flame Hellions running around, trying to poke around here. He does know that the third base is there. I wonder if he wants to maybe do a scan and start clearing those creep tumors at the front as well. The creep is starting to go towards get towards the middle of the map there, so might want to take that down. And he's making another command center here. He's going up to 4 command centers off 3 factories, guys. He has more command centers than he does unit producing structures. Well, actually I guess the same number because he's got a barracks as well. But we do also see a 4th base from the Zerg here at the bottom right third. Not spotted by those Hellions just yet, it seems. And the Spire is now finished. Gonna start getting some mutas out. I haven't seen a Thor yet. It looks like 2 Thors are actually in production now, but the Blue Flame Hellions running into the 3rd base could kill a lot of workers. And here we go, he's roasting some of the drones. The drones are trying to flee, the roaches coming in, and it looks like he does save most of the drones, rather. I was going to say he saves most of the roaches. Whoopsie daisies. But this hidden 4 that's morphing into an orbital, and I don't think Hiba will scout that for a long time if it does go in. Although obviously if he does scout it, he'll be able to send mutas over and kill it easy peasy. So a bit of a risky expo there. But I guess hidden expos always are. And the mutas are now out. Looks like they're kind of all in random locations. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why they're all just like rallied to the same place. But turrets are going to be up here, and there are a couple of Thors already out now. There's 2 Thors on the map. But that's like the entirety of the anti-air, so he's got to be a little bit careful about getting magic boxed. Make sure he has some turrets supporting as well, and his SCV is ready to repair them. And it looks like the Hellions were actually trying to clear some creep tumors, but they will get warded away by the mutas and roaches. Interestingly, if you look at the minimap, Hiva is like dropping or pooping out creep with his Overlord in a number of different locations. You can see in that 9 o'clock space between the bases, and also on the right side, there's a couple of areas with creep there. It's not all quite connected, but you know, any creep is good creep, I guess, for a Zerg. And there is the command center, or the orbital floating in. For some reason it's coming in from the left side. I don't know, did it like fly too far? Did it fly past the it flew past the expansion. Got a little bit lost there. He had to use his GPS. He went on Google Maps. He was like, he typed in hidden expo on Google Maps, and it was like, oh, you went too far, dude. Anyway, the muta's going to the main. There's 3 Thors at the natural, but are there any in the main? Okay, no, it looks like they're coming back to the main. So those muta's going to get warded away. That orbital not able to move out to the 3rd base just yet. So it's funny because now Hiva, he sees this. He's like, okay, I see the 3rd orbital, and he assumes that that's the 3rd base. So he's like, okay, the Terran's still on 2 base. I'm on 4 base now. The Hellions really haven't done any damage. I've got these mutas. I can't really poke him in too much, but it doesn't matter because he can't expand. But actually, the map hacks! The map hacks! What the map hacks? Oh my god, Hiva, you are such a hacker. Seriously, can we go make a... Somebody go on that, like, ladder GM is full of map hackers or something, and, like, add Hiva to that list. Hiva, man, you're a frigging NA GM map hacker. Bastard. Anyway, looks like Blue Flame Hellion drop going into the natural. The Baneling's coming in, though. And... bye, Hellions. So, oh, you might even get the medevac? No, not quite gonna get the medevac. Anyway, looks like doing a good old depot wall there at the 3rd. I believe he did lose that orbital. I think the mutas just chased it down. So that's actually quite bad for what's his face, Cop. Cop is actually down at 130 supply against a maxed Zerg army. Now, admittedly, a decent number of those of that max is roaches, so it's not like the most amazing thing ever. But I mean, roaches are still pretty good against mech, and presumably he is taking up to Hive. He's also expanding yet again here at the bottom right, natural, and his creep shed. Look at that creep shed already going almost towards the Terra natural. So pretty good stuff. Meanwhile, the muta's going in, going to start harassing this natural. There's only 1 turret there. Where are the Thors? I don't see any Thors there. I think he moved all the Thors to the 3rd. I think this is a bit of a mistake from Cop. to just have all his Thors in one location. I mean, the Thors are so slow. Like you can't be having them all run around with one group. And oh my god, he might actually get the command center. He might get the orbital. The orbital. No, it's gonna get repaired in time. Whoa, barely keeping that orbital alive with like a trillion SCVs repairing. But he should be spreading out these Thors a little bit. Like there is a slight risk of getting magic boxed if you do that, but you know, if you have a couple of turrets and SCVs nearby, it's pretty hard to take down a Thor. Meanwhile, the Zerg ground army is going in here. It's going in towards a third. There's a lot of Sea Shanks though. I don't know if that's enough units. There's a couple of Thors in the front to tank. 3 Thors actually. And here we go. He's going in. I don't think that's going to work. The Roaches are actually also blocking the Banelings. Although no, it looks like he's going to crush through the Thors instantly. But the rest of the army gets completely obliterated by the Sea Shanks. Only a handful of Roaches make it out alive there. I don't know if that was worth it for 3 Thors. He lost like, you know, 20 Banelings there as well as the Roaches. But he is also freeing up supply though, I think. And wow, that is a lot of stuff being produced. He's making, what is that, 60 Zerglings, 20 Banelings, 4 Roaches, and 7 Corruptors, it looks like, on the production tab. He's also getting all of his high level upgrades. He's making 1 billion Banelings here. Just spamming out. Look at that Zergling train just coming out. Oh man, no Broodlords just yet though that I can see. He's actually going for Ultralisk tech instead. But this attack though could be a little bit scary. Ling Baneling is not exactly the most effective unit composition against mech. But well, he's gonna go for it. Here we go. The Mass Ling Baneling, the Siege tanks doing insane amounts of slash. But it looks like half the tanks were not sieged though. The unsieged tanks, and GG from Comp. What the hell? Comp just instantly GG's. He looks at the army and decides he actually doesn't have enough units, and then he just GG's out. Alright, sick GG timing. I was like, oh yeah, there's no way Ling Baneling's gonna kill that army, and then half his units were unsieged. It's like, oh, well, I guess I lose. Did he actually unsiege? Protein Clock is saying he unsieged. I didn't pay attention. I couldn't imagine him being that bad. But he was going to even up the score 1-1, so if STX wins the next game, they will take the series. Khan now needs to win the next game to force an ace match in StarCraft 2.
빠른 산란못에 이어서 신대근 선수가 공세를 취했고 그 덕분에 지동원 선수가 본인이 원래 하고자 하는 것들을 전혀 하지 못했던 게 이게 좀 컸네요.
그렇지, 이제 뭐 지금 모습에서도 나오듯이 초반에 이 빠른 산란못 자체가 경영을 짓지 않은 상태 사람으로 가져간 지동원 선수에게 굉장히 아픈 그런 빌드로 다가올 수밖에 없었습니다. 초반에 너무 불리하게 시작을 했고 이후에도 신대근 선수의 그 후반 운영이
Yeah, Zaraki, I think I will be. Somebody tell you? It'll be for StarCraft 2 though. Because it's so boring playing Protoss on ladder now.